Hello, my name is Lauma and I'm going to tell you about Schetinin school. It's a very inspirational school. Kids do a lot of academics in there. They're sometimes finishing the high school even at age of 14. Some of them do it at 15, 16 years old. They also have very wide variety of different physical movement education and arts education. They all finish school as dancers and they know how to paint, they are cooking, they know how to sew clothes, how to build buildings because they build their own school buildings. They know how to set up a garden and have a cleanness around them. So they're kind of handful, and I think most important is the feeling of the persons they're creating. When I went there for first time, I saw those straight little kids, but they are as little grown-ups, and they have their own opinions about life, as they can express it, and they have those sparkles in eyes. So I really loved the feelings there. I've thought through my life and what I have done, and actually after a couple of years, still on inspiration from this school, I decided to become a teacher. So now I will tell a bit more what they are doing in school, and I will try to widen your horizons about what is possible for a kid and in a school. So at first what they do is they break down the borders between age groups and classes. Uh, they have a newcomer group coming in, and then it doesn't matter if there's 10-year-old, 16-year-old, 14-year-old, they all are studying in one group. With them at first works older students and teacher. Uh, First learning always happens with older students, and older students are as a tutors. So for each newcomer there is one older student. That's the way how they teach and kind of introduce newcomers into the system of a school, because in a school every kid is also a teacher, and also newcomers see right away how it works, and that kids explain everything and help out each other. It's fantastic to sit in lessons and see how, for example, mathematics is going on. A teacher is explaining everything on a desk, but kids sit in a group, so approximately 6 kids in each group, and they work in a pairs, explaining each other everything and checking if everyone got it. And when they start to solve tasks, they go through them in quite big pace. And if somebody doesn't understand something, they are so free to ask to their classmates, and if they don't know in their 6 people group the answer and they can't figure it out, they will always go and ask to some another group, and if they still can't figure out the answer, then they will go to the teacher. So there is this kind of hierarchy, but it's all in such an order, and nobody is afraid to ask and show that, okay, I didn't get it and can you explain me. And they are also so easy with giving you time and explaining and showing the right answer. It's very beautiful to see. I have seen how 14-year-old explains to 16 or sorry to 10-year-old organical chemistry, and I thought, okay, that's pretty tough, but it explains through, okay, you have 4 hands, so you can have you can hold hands with 4 of your friends. So when I have all hands full, I can't give hand to you right anymore. So I have to let go one of my friends so I can give a hand to you. That's how they explained creating bonds in chemistry. It was fantastic, and this 10-year-old was like, wow, I got it, I understood how it works, yoo-hoo! And he's so happy, and he actually understands that it's a tough thing he's learning there, but he's like full with energy and ready to learn it. Uh, so they work in mixed age groups, and there are no classes, so because there is 10-year-old and 16-year-old together, so what kind of class it will be. And at the end, what they do, they move on uh, in their own pace. Of course, the 16-year-old will move on faster than 10-year-old, but all of them, they do it in a great pace. And what they do averagely, they finish one school year in one semester. So there are lots of kids finishing high school at age of 14, 15. Some of them who come into the school older, they finish at 16, but they finish it earlier. They finish it before the age of 18, the usual age of finishing school. They give state exams, they have good results, and they go into university. So they kind of start their lives earlier. Um, what There is also great sense of communication together because of all is going on and happening in the groups. They also see that everything depends on myself, because if I will learn it faster, I will move on faster, I will have exams of 9th class or of 11th grade class, I will have the exams faster. If I will move slower, it's okay as well. Next thing that they do in the school, they kind of balance creative work and logical thinking and memory. So they balance left and right side of brain their work, and they do it in that way that if you have in a morning intellectual subject, then after that you will have a creative subject. That way, when you did, like, for example, the same mathematics in the morning, your brain starts to, okay, it goes to maximum speed, and then in one moment it's kind of like, okay, I have to rest a bit. And after a lesson of hour and a half or hour and 15, they finish a lesson, and next lesson will be, for example, choreography. So you go for dancing, and dancing is not easy as well, because it's a lot of very precise movements you have to do in a right pace, and you have to think and figure out and coordinate yourself, but it's totally different parts of your brain you are using. And in that time, your logical memory brain kind of resting, and after choreography you go back to mathematics, and you are again able to go on in full speed. After a second mathematics lesson, you will have, for example, arts, and you will work with your little motorics, and you will use more artistic point of view on your life, and you again rest your logical and memory brain. That way they balance the lesson plan, and after a day you feel quite tired because there was so many things going on, but in the same time you are ready to move on. You're like, okay, I can do it more and more. Like, you don't feel tired. Even if you feel tired, it's very strange feeling. uh, I sometimes want to go and sleep in a breaks, but I don't feel tired in my head and in my body. It's kind of I don't know how it works then, but Sometimes after sleeping all day at home, I feel more tired. So it's tricky. So keeping a balance between creative and between intellectual activities is the second point I want to make. And third point I want to make, they do everything as it is in real life. For example, if we are painting, then we do it as in real life and where it is needed in real life. So if you go to school websites, or if you visit school itself, you will see that all the school is painted through. There are painted walls, painted floors, painted ceilings. All the school looks like artwork, and they're just using art where it belongs in a space around, and it gives a sense that, oh, we don't learn it just for, I don't know, just because somebody told us, it's because it's in the school program. We do it because it makes us possible to create space around us beautiful. They also learn building because all the school buildings they build themselves. About dancing and self-defense, they also are the studies they do, but they make sense because they see how dancing creates their own movements and how free afterwards they can move and how they hold themselves. And about self-defense, it helps you to defend yourself in an extreme situation. It's all made so meaningful. It's also they are in school because they live in a school. They also clean all the places like classrooms. They clean themselves. They also set up a garden and take care so that it is in good order, that it looks good. I remember after windy days there have been a group of kids around in the school area and cleaning up branches that are broken from trees. And it's just for them, okay, it's our school and we keep it clean. Um, they also sew. They have a dance group, and they have clothes for dance group, and they sew themselves those clothes. They look very professional and very good, and of course there is professional teacher overlooking the work. But it's also not like in the school you have to sew because you have to learn to sew. We are not sure if you will ever use it in life. Here it's more we have to have those clothes for every dancer, and you know for who you are actually sewing, and it gives different sense of why you do it, and it's actually meaningful. So they're not so much learning how to live, they're actually living. They're in director cabinet, I don't, it's school administration. There also are kids working. When I come in the school, I want to ask like, okay, can I see director or can I see uh, somebody? I will talk with the kids, and they will find for me somebody I who will talk with me. They are the ones managing the school, so it teaches them responsibility, and they actually feel that school is their own. Okay, these are the big three parts. They are doing a lot themselves, and the feeling in the school is amazing. You feel like in a bubble of world, how it should be, of people who are using more of their own abilities. I suggest to look out for this school to get to know it more, and probably see you later. Bye guys.